and welcome to Rugby League 360. Today we're meeting a man who played for Wakefield Trinity, York City Knights, Sheffield Eagles and Rochdale Hornets. Hello Paul McDermott.
Good afternoon, Tommy.
First of all, let's talk about your career from the beginning. So how old were you when you first played rugby?
I did play rugby till about 13 years old, but my first experience of rugby was training at St Austin School. The headmaster took us down to the Bourne Lane playing fields and taught us all how to tackle. But I didn't actually get to play again until about 13 years of age.
Was playing rugby always a dream for you, or did you have other aspirations?
I didn't have any aspirations about anything in life at all, other than being the next George Best. I loved George Best, and I trained. I used to have a column in the Sunday newspaper, and I used to copy everything he did. And it wasn't until I went down to Wakefield Trinity with a few friends to watch a game that I realised how good a game Rugby League was.
What did you do to prepare before a big match, and did you have a specific diet?
No, nothing. Nothing. I saw all these other players with all the habits and all the superstitions, and I didn't have anything at all. I had nerves, but apart from nerves I didn't have anything at all.
You played for teams such as Wakefield, York, Sheffield and Rochdale, but who was your favourite to play for, and is there any great memories or stories that you have whilst playing for them?
Great, but I've too many. This is interviews about 4 hours long. David Topless was my hero. I had a hero before I started watching Wakefield Trinity properly, which was Kevin Harkin, who played for York and Wakefield Trinity. And I used to have to go to the paper shop on a Saturday evening and go buy the pink paper and the green paper for my dad, because he wanted to see the racing results as well as the football results. And I wanted to read the rugby results in, and there were all this Kevin Harkin from Wakefield who'd gone to Australia, which was this far, far away place that no one ever went to in the 1960s. So I was aware of Kevin Harkin at the beginning, but as in watching games, it was David Topless. I stood behind the post of one evening game because I played for Wakefield City schoolboys and you could get a pass to get into for free. So I stood behind the post and he got the ball about 40 metres out to beat about 4 fellas and went over there. And I watched Wakefield and enjoyed watching Wakefield. I didn't realise individuals could make a difference in the team as well.
If you could change any decision of your career, what would it be and why?
I really do the 4 hours. Maybe I should have stayed, because I made that many moves in my career. Maybe I should have stayed at some clubs and stuck it out a bit longer, but the reasons I left they were for genuine reasons. So no, I don't believe in having regrets about anything. You've done what you've done, you have to suck it up, don't you?
Yeah. You're the younger brother of the current coach of the Toronto Wolfpack, Brian McDermott.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to become a major coach such as himself and win trophies, or do you like to sit back and watch the game as a spectator?
I like coaching. I've coached since I was 23 years of age, or I've tried to coach since I was 23 years of age. I thoroughly enjoyed coaching, but I had no aspirations again of being a professional first team coach. I did coach at Wakefield Trinity when they got promotion, when Andrew Kelly was in charge, which then brought me there. Then he left to go to Australia, back to Australia. Andy Kelly took over. John Thompson was the A-team coach and I was the academy coach, with the responsibility of helping John and Andrew out. But I just didn't want to be a first team coach because you've got all the outside pressures from everything else. You're not coaching, you're managing, which is a different thing entirely.
You currently work with Sports Rush and you have prediction competitions every week. What do you wish to gain from this? Well,
I developed Sports Rush purely because I used to be the lottery manager for Wakefield Trinity, and I found out that lottery is basically boring. If you've got some lottery numbers, you'll not remember what the lottery numbers are. They're just a set of random numbers given to you, which you press a machine and the machine brings out another set of random numbers. If your 2 numbers match, then you're the winner, but there's no connection to the club emotionally or practically. So I thought there must be a different way to get somebody that wants to join the lottery and have some activity with the clubs, and the easiest way I thought were the scores. So instead of having random numbers given by the computer, you've got the scores of that weekend's games that your club plays in, that competition that your club plays in.
You played for Wakefield at a time of their last Challenge Cup final in 1979. Were there any big characters in the dressing room around that time?
They're all big characters in that time. I missed the final, got played in the semi-final, and then 2 weeks later on the Thursday evening, they mentioned read the team out did Bill Kirkbride and I was subbing, but on the Friday evening, the day after, we played Featherstone at home on a Good Friday, and I broke my arm in that game, so I didn't play in the final a couple of weeks later on. But the dressing room were full of individuals and characters, because you've got Graham Idle, you've got Trevor Skerritt, you've got Michael Pels, you've got David Topless, you've got Bill Ashers, you've got Keith Smith, you had the Rain twins, Tevin Vigil were quiet, Andrew Fletcher on the wing, there's Steve Diamond, Brian Jouliffe, Alan McCurry, they were all characters. They were all characters in that team. If I forgot anybody, I apologise.
With the recent introduction of Toronto and Toulouse, and probably more on the horizon, how do you feel this could impact the likes of York and Sheffield?
No, I would think such as the two clubs you've mentioned there are very proactive clubs, and if they were going to go out of existence, they've had plenty of opportunity to do so, but Mark Aston's rescued Sheffield Eagles, and now Jonathan Flatman's in charge and got James Ford at York. There's there are big things happening for York. I'm a big York supporter. I've obviously played for both York and Sheffield Eagles. York have more opportunities within the city and within Rugby League to do well, better than Sheffield Eagles. But Mark Aston's a trier. He'll never ever give in, and I think both of them will benefit by new teams coming in, because they seem to do the things right. If Toronto's coming, that's a great big opportunity for your club to promote themselves on the back of Toronto, and then them two clubs will go right.
So you've got teams like Sheffield in the league now, and they're more of a football based city. How did it feel when you played for Sheffield? How did you feel that it was more of a football area than it was a rugby area?
Everybody was accepting of Rugby League. They're all seeing it on the television, and they all knew where it was. It's only 15-20 minutes away from Wakefield. It's Sheffield, so it's straight up the M1. So they were interested to see how it went. Unfortunately, the Sheffield lost its main backer on the very first game of the season when they started. So they're always behind the 8 ball all the time. Gary Eddington did a really good job keeping the dream alive. But they've been beset with problems. I don't know the full stories of everything, but they've had problems with his stadium all the time. And for a club to be successful, you've got to have a home base where you know every other week you're going to go down to that place and watch your favourite team with your son, your grandchildren, your friends, etc. Which Sheffield haven't had, and just lately York haven't had.
Is there any tips you'd give to future players?
Keep trying. Keep trying. If a coach tells you that you're no good, that's one man's opinion. Just keep trying. If you think you're any good and you've got confidence in yourself, just keep trying. Keep turning up. Ask how can I improve? Do I need to get faster? Do I need to get bigger? Do I need to learn how to pass to my left, to my right, etc., etc. If you think you're good enough, you'll get there. Have a go.
The season has recently begun for the 2019 season, and there are a couple of new rules brought in, such as golden point and shot clock. Do you feel these new rules will benefit the game?
I think they've benefited them already, because the attitude of the players have changed, whether it's because of the new rules or the fact that the players are aware that these new rules are in place. So the games have got steadily faster. There are one or two still players floating around on the floor as if they've been shot by a sniper. So that's the referee's job then, is just let play carry on. With the golden point, I'm in two minds. I like the idea of the excitement of the last 10 minutes, everybody dropping a goal. Or there's actually, because when the coaching had a couple of moves that people thinking you're going to go for a drop goal, you pass the ball out to score a try. But if you're a team that haven't had any good results, so you've lost 6 or 7 games and you're playing the top of the table, and you've actually, after 80 minutes, you've earned yourself a point, then it's hard taking it off them for the last 10 minutes of a game.
Thank you, Paul. Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans of Rugby League 360?
Just keep supporting Rugby League. And if there's one thing I can say, is all these stupid comments made about other teams and other players, just don't. We're supposed to be one big family. Just everything you say, make it positive. Because if you ever think about it, if a sponsor fancies having a go at Rugby League sponsorship, and it goes on all our Rugby League fan sites and see all the dribble that comes out with it and people insulting one another, we'll turn around and say, I don't want to be involved in that sport. Just be positive about Rugby League.
Yeah, thank you.